Want to know one of the most misunderstood secrets about what truly turns women on? It's not the abs, it's not the car, it's not even the smooth talk, it's boundaries. Yes, strong, grounded, unapologetic boundaries. And here's the truth, most guys never learn boundaries don't turn women off, they turn them on. But this isn't about fake alpha posturing or manipulative games. This is about real masculine boundaries, the kind that come from deep self-respect, unshakable purpose, and a man who knows exactly who he is. In today's video, we're diving deep into 6 powerful boundaries that naturally trigger subconscious attraction in women, not through control, but through calm presence. These boundaries aren't power plays, they're clarity moves, and when you hold them, something within her shifts. She feels it, she respects it, she responds to it. Stay with me, especially for boundary number 6, because that one doesn't just protect your energy, it redefines how she sees you, and surprisingly how she sees herself when she's with you. So let's get into it. Boundary 1, the unavailable advantage. Your time is yours. That's the first and most magnetic boundary you can ever create. At first, this feels risky. You don't reply to her texts right away. You don't drop everything when she calls. You don't rearrange your schedule to be at her service. Your mind screams, won't she lose interest? Won't she think I don't care? Won't she move on to someone more available? The truth is, the opposite happens. When you're not constantly accessible, you communicate without words. My time has value. My life already has direction and purpose. You're stepping into something that's already in motion, and that subtle uncertainty, that quiet question in her mind about where she fits in your world, creates tension and mystery. Constant availability silently tells her, one thing, I have nothing else going on. Scarcity has always created value, and when a man becomes rare, he becomes irresistible. You don't chase her, you draw her in by simply living your life with depth. Have you ever been too available and noticed her slowly lose interest? Drop the word guilty in the comments if that's ever happened to you, because this single shift can completely change your dating dynamic. Boundary 2, the no apology rule. Learn to say no without guilt. This boundary can transform how women see you, because how you say no matters far more than how often you say yes. Imagine she invites you to something that doesn't align with your energy or priorities. You want to say no, but you worry about upsetting her, so you over-explain. You soften your truth. You say, I'm so sorry, I just have this one thing maybe. I can move it, but I'll try, I promise. You backpedal and turn your boundary into an apology, and she feels it. Now compare that to this. Hey, I won't be able to make it, but I hope it's great. Let's catch up later this week. That's confident, clear and polite. You didn't shrink. You didn't seek permission. You just owned your decision. A man who can say no without guilt communicates deep self-trust and emotional maturity. In a world full of men who seek approval, that calm confidence stands out like a beacon. Boundary 3, the respect reflex. Call out subtle disrespect calmly. Most men think disrespect is loud and obvious, but it's usually quiet. It hides in sarcasm, eye rolls, or little dismissive jokes. You might brush it off, thinking she's teasing, but every time you ignore it, you chip away at your own presence, because letting it slide doesn't make you easygoing. It makes you invisible, not to others, but to her. Whether she realizes it consciously or not, she's always observing how you handle small moments of disrespect. If you don't respect yourself enough to address it, she won't either. The key is calm strength. You don't lecture, you don't yell, you simply say, hey, I don't let people talk to me like that. That single line spoken calmly does more for attraction than 1,000 sweet texts. It shows you have standards and that being around you requires awareness and respect. When she feels that she doesn't pull away, she relaxes. She feels safer and more feminine because you're holding the frame. Have you ever let something slide and felt uneasy afterward? Drop the word frame if that's ever happened to you, because these micro moments reveal everything. Boundary 4, the calm test lead instead of react. A woman will test your emotional center before she trusts your emotional depth, and most men fail this test instantly. She might tease you, challenge you, or throw something bold your way just to see what happens, and most guys snap, get defensive or retreat. That signals fragility. The man who stays calm, the one who smiles and says, "That's cute." You always test guys this fast. That man flips the dynamic. Emotional control isn't about being cold, it's about being grounded. When a woman senses that she can't shake your center, she feels safe, she respects you, and deep down she begins to wonder what else you're unshakable about. That curiosity draws her closer, because while most men try to pass her and test, you become the man who rewrites it as it happens. Boundary 5, the authority silence. Don't explain, just decide. Most men don't realize how much they over-explain. They want to sound polite, so they justify every choice with long explanations. But every time you do that, you're not clarifying, you're asking for permission. A man who says, "I can't make it tonight, but let's catch up later this week," holds power. His words are efficient and sure. They don't need validation. Real confidence doesn't ramble or cushion the truth with emotional airbags. It speaks with clarity, then rests in silence. The rule here is simple. Say less, mean more. Let your actions and presence communicate what words never could, because a man who can calmly state his truth and then stop talking creates a gravity that others naturally respect and follow. She doesn't need you to over-justify. She needs to feel that your decisions come from certainty and self-direction. Boundary 6. The mission first. Code. She joins your journey, she doesn't become it. Most men lose themselves the moment they start dating someone. They shift their schedule, their purpose, their entire focus, just to keep her happy. And while she might enjoy the attention for a while, it eventually kills the attraction, because now her unconscious mind feels like your purpose is her, not your vision or your mission. A woman doesn't want to be your whole world. She wants to be part of a world that's already in motion. She wants to stand beside a man with direction, momentum, and fire. When you have that energy, you become the gravity and she becomes the orbit. That polarity is magnetic. So ask yourself, what's your mission? What are you building? Where is your energy going each day? Because when you live with focus and purpose, you don't chase women, they're drawn to your direction. Bonus boundary 7. The no fixing rule. Don't fix her emotions, just hold the space. Most men fall into the trap of trying to fix a woman's emotional state. She's upset or emotional, and he rushes in with solutions, saying things like, "Don't worry about it, it's not a big deal," or "Just do this." But that sends the wrong message. It tells her you don't trust her emotional process. A grounded man listens without judgment. He stays present. He breathes and allows her feelings to move naturally. Because the man who can sit in her emotional storm without panicking or trying to fix her becomes her anchor. She doesn't feel abandoned, she feels seen and safe. You don't need perfect words, you need presence. Bonus boundary 8. The mystery principle: protect your full story, don't overshare too soon. In today's world of constant texting and endless conversations, most men reveal everything by the third date. They unpack their childhood pain, their exes, their goals, their income, their insecurities, and while it seems like honesty, it actually destroys mystery. Mystery is magnetic. The masculine doesn't need to reveal every chapter instantly. It allows curiosity to grow. Share intentionally, not impulsively. Let her wonder. Let her lean in. A man who reveals himself slowly creates anticipation. She feels honored when you let her in, step by step. That slow, Reveal builds emotional depth that feels authentic and rare. What your boundaries say about you, every boundary you hold sends a signal. It says, I know who I am, and I'm not afraid to lose what doesn't align with that. That kind of energy isn't just attractive, it's unforgettable. Because when a woman sees a man who respects himself that deeply, she instinctively wants to rise to his level. Boundaries don't create distance, they create desire. They set a tone of respect, emotional maturity, and masculine clarity. You stop trying to prove your worth and instead become the standard she feels inspired to meet. So now tell me in the comments which boundary hit the hardest for you. Which one are you ready to implement today? If this video helped shift your mindset, give it a like, subscribe to Psychology 2.0, and tap the bell so you never miss an insight that could transform your entire approach. Until next time, I'm Amelia, reminding you to set the standard, protect your frame, and own the moment.